Our next guest of the evening is Jan Hughes-Austin. As a student at UNC Chapel Hill, Jan was introduced to the Foundation for Physical Therapy Research through the Marquette Challenge. Interesting enough, she later went on to become the recipient of the 2014 Miami-Marquette Challenge Research Grant. Jan, welcome. You're currently an assistant professor at the University of California, San Diego in the Department of Orthopedic Surgery, and you're joining us tonight, so thanks so much for your time.
Thank you so much for inviting me to be here.
So it feels very full circle. Let's talk about that. First, being involved as a student, and then coming all the way back around to receiving the Foundation's named award for the Marquette Challenge.
That's right. So looking back, I took a look back at my old notes, and I will confess that I still have a lot of them. And reflecting on these experiences in PT school, a recurring theme is that we are an incredibly motivated group. So not just in our own pursuits, but in supporting others and our profession. And so as a student at Carolina, a key theme in our training was evidence-based practice, like even all those years ago. And so my notes from a student PT association meeting describes the Marquette Challenge as an opportunity to support PC research and advancement of evidence-based practice. So, even I guess almost 20 years ago, as a group, like we were dedicated to fundraising, mostly through the golf tournament, massage clinics, or various seminars. And so in keeping with this evidence-based practice theme, my personal application for the Marquette Challenge Award, as well as my current research program, genuinely seeks to utilize clinical signs and symptoms and subclinical measures in order to make immediate and applicable assessments and affect change in health and patient care. So it really was an honor to be on the receiving end of this award. And I was incredibly motivated to fulfill its mission. So thank you.
All right. So if you were talking to yourself those years ago,
right.
Well, let's talk about this. How did the Challenge Grant help build on your research career and continue your field of research? What would have gotten your attention then?
So the thing is, the Challenge Grant provided me my very first investigator-initiated award as a postdoc fellow. And it was the catalyst for obtaining other grants, as well as my appointment as assistant professor at UC San Diego. And so, I didn't quite know, where my path would take me, but my interests have always remained the same. And so my particular research focuses on processes influencing abnormal calcification. So this could be in the blood vessels and in the bone. And so the Marquette Challenge Grant itself linked my past experience in physical therapy with my doctoral work in rheumatoid arthritis-related autoimmunity, and then expanded that into bone health. So because of this award, I've been able to continue investigating this link between heart disease and bone disease and whether autoimmunity plays a role. I've also been able to investigate hip fracture pathology and bone turnover, especially in patients with chronic kidney disease. And so I do thank the students and everyone who donated. And so because of that support, I've been able to develop this research program that's unique to me. And then hopefully it will ultimately guide clinicians to improve patient outcomes.
All right, finally, what do you think these students, the ones paying attention now, the ones getting involved, and the next generation coming, have to offer to the profession as they begin their careers as physical therapists?
Well, so these students are incredibly bright, incredibly driven, and engaged. And so I believe they will approach their profession just as they have approached their training. So that's with a lot of curiosity and a high regard for humanity. And so I think just as with any research opportunity, I think they will identify a barrier or a gap, either on a population level or an individual level. And I think they'll be able to figure out how to navigate it for the health of their patients and the public.
Jan, thanks so much for all that you did, coming full circle, and to sharing your story tonight.
Thank you so much for having me. And thank you again, everybody.